Because we were a hard-headed, stiff-necked, rebellious people, we've been reprobate. The prophet Daniel tells us that all of Israel broke the law and felt the curse. So now in the lands of our captivity, the righteous acts we must rehearse. See, the Most High commands us to keep the law, though He gives us grace. But Christ said it out of His very mouth, the law is not erased. So I'm living to do all of God's commands. Yes, I will obey.
All right, shalom, y'all. Shalom, shalom. I'm Michael Israel, and you're watching Spiritual Combat. And today we have the board of directors of the Ahayah Academy here on the show. They're going to be bringing out some interesting news and updates about what's going on with the Ahayah Academy and some of the needs of the school. And if you haven't heard of the Ahayah Academy, you'll find out exactly what it is. So definitely stay tuned. It's going to be a good show. In the meantime, enjoy the music, and I'm going to be sharing this and waiting for people to come on in here. Shalom, y'all. Shalom, shalom. I'm Michael Israel. You're watching Spiritual Combat Show. And tonight we have the board of directors of the Ahayah Academy on here. And what I'm going to do is run a quick promo video that was made by one of the board members, just kind of promoting the school. And then we'll get started with the interview. with that said, I'm going to introduce y'all to the board of the Ahayah Academy. Shalom, sisters.
Shalom.
And if each one of y'all could go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, hello to Most High's people. I'm Dr. D. I am the president of the board of directors, and I'm happy to be with you this evening.
Hello, and I'm Robin Richardson, and shalom, greetings to the Most High's people, and good evening.
Shalom, I'm Shadia, and I'm a member of the board and happy to be here, and shalom to the Most High's people.
And then shalom, I'm Michael Israel, and I am also a member of the board. I do a lot of the technical, social media aspect of it. So shalom to y'all. And if we could, Dr. D, could you, for those people who might not know what the Ahayah Academy is, could you just go ahead and tell them what it is and what it's all about?
Sure. Ahayah Academy is an education school system. We are accredited and we started in 2016. That's when we founded the organization. And now we are an accredited 501c3 education institution where we educate little ones from 6 weeks old all the way up to the 12th grade. We have various facets of the school system. We have a physical location for the Learning Center, and we also offer online for those who are homeschoolers. So we support our homeschooling families, as well as a virtual synchronous where individuals who would prefer that their children have an actual teacher, but in various locations. And that has not taken off just yet, but we do offer it. So we do see students in our physical building as well as the homeschoolers.
Okay. Awesome.
We are, one thing I do want to stress, we are a Bible-based school. So we make sure that our students understand the Bible, and we also have a Hebraic element to our instruction and to our curriculum, focusing namely on the covenants, what the Messiah said, who we are as a people, the Gentiles, and then the kingdom.
Okay. And I don't know if I missed it. Did you tell them where the school's based at?
Oh, we are located in Union City, Georgia.
Okay. All right. And so if you could tell us what's going on at the Ahayah Academy and just give us some updates on the latest, greatest, and up-to-datest on what's going on there.
Well, I would like to say that great things are happening at Ahayah Academy. The Most High has and continues to bless us on a daily basis and blessing us abundantly. As Dr. D stated, we are going through our licensing process for our learning center, and that's our youngsters, that's our younger children, less than kindergarten. The Most High has charged us with growth in this area with our school, with the Ahayah Academy, and we continue to grow and grow responsibly. And so by that, what I mean is we're hiring teachers. We've just recently hired one teacher, and we continue to grow with our students and our families who are dedicated to our mission and our vision. We've experienced so much favor with the Most High, with our students, that we're actually seeing the fruit of their knowledge and their understanding. So we've had some students, like in any situation, that have, faced challenges in the past, and we can actually visibly see them when they come to school. They're excited about learning. They're excited about their education, and they're just having positive attitudes. So we're just seeing growth in everything, in every area at Ahayah Academy.
Yeah, it's just really a blessing. This is how we know that we are supporting and doing what the Most High would have us to do at this point for Ahayah Academy. When we just express a need or something, He meets it. Children are coming from all over, finding creative ways to help meet the needs of the family. Some families are just horrified by the fact that we are so far from where they are, but we have found ways for them to still allow their children to participate and attend Ahayah Academy. So we have some hybrid situations going on. with our students. We find that it seems like every time we turn around, there's a new student coming on board. And it's just amazing how the Most High is moving. He's just doing great things. As Robin said, they are truly enjoying the learning process. And one of the things that we keep hearing about that brings us so much joy is how they are now self-correcting and then correcting each other. And so now we're getting to start to see that the things that they're learning and what's being put inside them and reinstalled from what their parents have already taught them, that they are now truly owning it and sharing it with each other and demanding that they all behave in the ways that they're supposed to. And so that brings us great joy because we understand what obedience does for us as a people. And so that's just a blessing. And
yeah, and he's in the public school system that we have to send, a lot of us have to send our kids to. It's like you spend more time deprogramming them and teaching them what the school's supposed to be teaching them than doing anything else. So yeah, y'all, we're definitely doing an awesome work there. If I could, so what brings the board on the Spiritual Combat show tonight?
Well, we are here tonight because we are working on an amazing initiative. We cannot disclose in detail what it is as of yet, but what we are in dire need of is additional board members. Yeah. We need individuals that can, in order for us to take off in this initiative, will address all the needs that we have heard from our families. Because when I tell you, they have called and called and called and expressed various needs. What we are working on, it will address all of those concerns that they have, all of those needs, and they will be able to have their children attend an institution that they would like them to be a part of. And that's all I could say at this point. But I will tell you what we need are board of directors. We desperately need them. We need individuals who have the experience as well as the education to support us in the role of a treasurer. We need an attorney. And we just actually found a secretary today, so that was on the list, but we found one. A historian, biblical scholar with a Hebraic understanding, and then general board members. So that's our immediate and pressing need at this time.
Okay. All right. And
let me say this. For those who are interested, please send your resume and a picture to admin, ADMIN, at ahayahacademy.org. So that's a resume and a picture. Please send it to admin at ahayahacademy.org and indicate which position you're interested in filling, be it a general board member or the secretary, the attorney, the treasurer, the historian, whatever it is, whatever you think your expertise is, or you know your expertise is, submit that and then let us know if you're willing to serve in another capacity if that position is already filled.
Okay, and what are some of the considerations that people should take before expressing an interest in becoming a board member? Like, what are some of the things that people should think about and take into consideration?
Well, some of the things that they should consider, and first of all, I'd like to say that we're very excited about what the Most High is doing and how he's moving Ahayah Academy forward with our newest project. And the things that we want people to consider is this something that I'm passionate about? When you have a passion for something, that means you put more into it. So we want you to kind of evaluate your passion. Does your passion align with the vision of Ahayah Academy? And another thing we want you all to seriously consider is, am I willing to make a full commitment for at least 2 years? So we're looking for board members who are willing to make that full commitment for 2 years. And as with any new project that comes along, it requires a lot of upfront work that needs to be put into it to get it up and running. So we really need people who are fully committed to working really hard. And another thing that we encourage people to really, really consider is, what can I contribute? What is it that you can contribute? And when you think about it intellectually, what is it that you have? Because sometimes we kind of sell ourselves short, but intellectually, skillfully, spiritually and physically, what is it that I can contribute as a board member? And am I willing to network and attend the needed functions that we need to get this project really up and running and off the ground? Another, critical area always with anything requires financial commitment. Am I able to make financial contributions? And what role am I comfortable in? We heard the list of lawyers, treasurer, and so those are, what is your role? And only you can assess that. What is your skill set and area of expertise, and how can you partner with Ahayah Academy to really help us move along in the mission that we have? And am I willing to act in the best interest of Ahayah Academy? We need people with positive attitudes, enthusiasm. We need people who are willing to work together collaboratively in one accord, according to, the statutes for the Most High. We want that mindset of integrity, work, commitment, and reliability. And those are the things that we would like for you to consider and join and send your resume. And we look forward to working with you.
And real fast, one of the viewers asked, what are the qualifications to be a board member?
Well, it depends on what role they seek to fill. Of course, at the very least, they must have a high school diploma. But depending upon the role, for example, if a person is interested in being a treasurer, well, then it would be great if they're a CPA. If not, have a financial background and maybe an MBA or something along those lines. So it depends on the position. I would encourage the individuals to just submit your request, and then we would respond to you and let you know whether or not at this point we would be able to utilize you on the board. I don't want anyone to be discouraged and think, well, maybe I don't submit it. We need a lot of help. This is kind of an all hands on deck scenario here. And all of the board of directors must live in the state of Georgia at this point. All of them must live in the state of Georgia.
Okay.
Now,
and somebody asked, because your name is Ahayah Academy, they want to know if you're with GOCC.
No, we are not. Myself and a part of Rebirth of a Nation, not a part of a GOCC, but GOCC did help with the name of Ahayah and bringing it to the forefront. And that's just something I used to listen to them, and they have had an influence, but no, I'm not affiliated with GOCC.
Okay. All right, and what are some of the other needs of the Ahayah Academy?
Well, before we talk about the additional needs, I've got to say this. We thank all of the individuals who have supported Ahayah Academy so far. We have a group of sisters here, and actually they happen to be a part of GOCC, who literally, we said, oh my goodness, we need some paper and ink. Thought this, I've got to stress this. This was just a conversation that we have it internally, like we got to get, the ink is running out, we got to get some more ink. Hey, Robin, we need ink. These sisters, before we knew it, ink was coming to the school. Four cases of paper coming to the school. I mean, just supporting us in every way. We find out that we need a double basin sink. All the sinks that we were looking at were over $2,000. Like, okay, well, we're going to have to get this sink. And then Robin says, we're not going to have to pay for that. And we just said, okay, we'll see. And my a friend calls and she's like, hey, well, actually, she sent me a text message. I just donated X amount of dollars. And I was like, oh, this takes care of a fourth of the sink. She was like, you need a sink? I said, how much is it? I told her, she sent us more. We went back to the internet, sink was paid for. So I mean, the Most High is just blessing leaps and bounds. People are just supporting and contributing in so many ways. And we just want to say thank you to everyone. And right now, we can never have enough ink because we print, and the cartridge of ink is about $100 for one. And it's a jet ink printer with, the color mix. So we always are in need of ink. So that's an immediate need for sure. Robin, what else can you think of?
I would just like to mention that the board members, you may have an expertise in an area that we didn't mention. So if you are interested at all, just please send us your resume and your picture, as Dr. D has expressed. And, you may not be an attorney, or you may not have a background in treasury, but you may have a background in a specific area that we didn't mention, and we can, all hands on deck. So we just would appreciate it if you would send in your resume and your picture.
Okay. And if I'll add some additional things. Okay. Rubber mulch. One of the things that we have done in our little playground area is we have mulched the whole thing for the kids' safety. So we could use a little bit of some rubber mulch. That would be a blessing as well. Of course, any kind of financial contribution that people want to donate is fine. And I do want to say this to the board of directors as well. What Sister S said when she stated that the board of directors, that there is a desire we would need for the board of directors to contribute. We want to stress, we don't mean every time you turn around, we're asking for donations, but when we have fundraisers and things to that effect, that you would just participate. So being equipped financially is not a requirement. So I want to stress that just whenever we have fundraiser events, that you contribute in that way. So right now, I would just say one of the things that we really want to develop is like a little science center for toddlers. So just some things for a little science center, that would be a great help. Anything for a toddler room, just think along those lines. Rubber mulch, and right now our other needs are being met. So I just can't think of anything else right now. Apart, that big thing had that double basin sink, but now that's been satisfied. So that's it. Ink.
Well, we're always in need of snacks, food items. Okay.
Yeah.
We do a great deal of shopping at BJ's or Sam's or something like that. We do try to buy in bulk. So items like that.
Yeah, toiletries, stuff like that. But that's it right now. And we don't want to ask for things that we don't need.
Because
right now,
I'm sorry. Somebody was asking, what about employees for the cafeteria and menu?
Right now, we don't need any support as it relates to meal times. That is taken care of at this point.
Okay. Somebody else asked, do you need nurses?
Tell that person to contact us. Although that's well, Robin, that's up to you to share. We kind of have that covered with Robin.
Okay.
I'm a registered nurse, but we can always use more help. Yeah.
Okay. So definitely contact. Somebody else asked, how does your homeschooling program work?
Well, our homeschooling program, the students would enroll. We would send them an agreement, documentation, all of that. They would have access to our curriculum via a platform. And it somewhat has a built-in teacher in it to support the students. Within their tuition, tutoring is covered. So if the child needs additional support, we would assist them with that. We grade any assignments that the system does not grade. So because we want to make sure that the students are developing the skills that they need to have as sanctioned by Ahayah Academy. So in that regard, it's different from a traditional homeschool where it's all the responsibility of the families. We actually partner with the families to make sure that their students are developed in the way that they need to be. Now, we don't have them follow the same schedule that our ground students follow, but we do have timeframes where certain work needs to be completed. And anyone who's interested, they can give us a call and we'll be able to go more into detail with them regarding the homeschooling program. But it really is a great program, excellent curriculum, and they would be very pleased with it. And we are accredited. So even though the child is homeschooling, they will be Ahayah Academy students, and they will receive Ahayah Academy credentialing.
And the student could also participate in our field trips if they live locally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And somebody, I guess they wanted you to go in a little bit more on, it says, what does the academy teach? So they kind of want to know the curriculum, I guess.
Okay, well, we are Bible-based, so scripture is infused throughout the whole curriculum. We teach the traditional courses, math, science, language arts, history, social study, geography, all of that. And then we also teach Hebraic teachings. We teach, as I stated before, on the covenants, what the Messiah has said, who we are as Israel, the Gentiles, and the kingdom. We teach coding. The children learning coding.
Wow.
We have Hebrew. The first and second semesters is English. The third and fourth semesters is Hebrew. So we teach Hebrew, everything almost that you would want for your children. Make sure that they have a robust education. So all the traditional courses, Hebrew, of course, is a big one. Under Hebraic teachings, understanding. Am I missing something?
No, I think you've hit it all.
I think, yeah.
So, Sister Only Love Austin, she asks, can adults come to Ahayah Academy?
To do what?
To volunteer.
Absolutely.
To read aloud and story time.
I think she loves it. But Sister Only Love, they were just saying that they were looking for what were the academic
historians?
Historians, and what was the other one?
Hebraic teachers.
And Hebraic teachers there. So
Torah teachers.
Yeah. So
also, I know also on the list as well, I know Robin was talking about board members that we didn't, because we hit those really key critical positions. But, you know, we were looking for publishers, people who are publishing things in Hebrew for children. Also digital media experts, you know, if you have an area of expertise in that area as well. So we don't want to just limit it just to those few roles. So just like, you know, Robin and Dr. D said, please send in your resume and your picture, and then she can better assess how to utilize the skills that you do have that we may not have mentioned.
We need all the help that we can get, please. And if you are in the state of Georgia and you're close to the Atlanta metropolitan area, and if you have a day or so that you're willing to volunteer on a regular basis, please let us know that as well with the babies. If you like toddlers, we can definitely utilize your help in that way.
Okay. Another person asks, will the government have any influence on your curriculum or vaccines?
No, the government does not dictate a curriculum. Accrediting bodies do. So, and what I mean by that is accrediting bodies would determine whether or not your curriculum meets the standards that students are able, will graduate your programs with the necessary knowledge that they need to have. So the government doesn't play a role in that as far as that goes, as far as evaluating curriculum. That's something that an accrediting body does. As it relates to vaccinations, if people do not vaccinate their children for spiritual reasons, we simply require a letter for whatever any reason that they have. We just require a letter so we can put it in the child's file, and that's the end of that.
Somebody asked, how much is tuition? And I think that will go into what I was going to bring up is the website also. So.
Yes, if they would visit the website, you'll see some handbooks out there.
And I'll pull the website up now.
Mm-hmm.
So you can keep talking, but this is the website here.
Yes, under forms, you will see a handbook. One is labeled pre-K to grade 8, and the other is grade 9 through 12. And if you open the handbook, you will see for the various delivery modalities what the tuition is for the children based on grade.
And I know I know it's cut off on what I got up there, but on this flyer here, and I'll be posting this flyer on social media. The website is ahayahacademy.org. And
that's www.ahayahacademy.org. Yep.
And you see it right up there. Another question is, somebody said they're a painter of art. I guess they want to know if that could be utilized.
Possibly. Yeah. Where are they located? That's the first question.
Okay.
Yeah, please, and any and everyone who has interest, contact us at admin@ahayahacademy.org. we are sure we can find use of your skill.
Okay. And Sister is asking, does that mean you are doing STAR testing and exit exams?
We do. We have something called ITBS, and that's a standardized battery test nationally, because it's important for any kind of educational institution to ensure that their students are learning and know what they need to learn, know what they need to know as they compare themselves to other students. And so what we do is we do ITBS, and it allows us to compare our students' performance to other students throughout the whole nation that take ITBS testing. And so that's really good, because it tells you whether or not your program is doing what it should do and where the opportunities are for improvement. So we do ITBS testing and adaptive learning opportunities for the students, because we believe that it's important if a student, let's say a student is able to excel in a particular subject for a given year, we don't think it makes sense to hold them back and not allow them to progress to the next grade level just because the year has not ended. Mm-hmm. So we have that adaptive learning element in our curriculum as well, and we do an assessment on that through something called Scoop Pad. Okay.
And then somebody asked, what is the grade range? And I guess it'd be better to say, what's the age range? Would be even better.
6 weeks to 12th grade.
So 6 weeks to 12th grade. They're doing the whole thing. Let me check these questions. They wanted you to state the email address again.
Admin, ADMIN, at Ahayah, AHAYAH, academy.org.
Okay.
Admin at ahayahacademy.org.
Okay.
And our phone number is 888-459-5537. Okay. That's 888-459-5537.
Okay. Somebody else asked, and this is a good question, any accommodations for special needs kids?
Yes. Yes, if they have an IEP, we make accommodations for them.
Okay. Somebody else asked, our Hebrew community is lacking the knowledge of food. Will you teach the children what foods belong in the body, the dietary laws, and the poisons in the food? Poisons in the food. They misspelled it, though. I'm just
They do know the dietary laws, and it is something. I mean, when you understand who we are as a people, they have to understand what happened to us and why, and what's required of us, so that we can find ourselves where the Most High is promised and be prepared for what's to come next. So absolutely, our students do understand dietary restrictions and requirements of us, as well as behavior, attitude, disposition, everything. It's a must.
Somebody asked, how does Common Core play a part in the curriculum?
Now, one of the things that we really like about our curriculum is no matter what state you're in, whatever the state requirements are, it's addressed. And then some. For example, in the state of Georgia, Common Core is something that they teach in the public schools. What we do is we just expose our students to it to tell them why they're not going to do that. This is why you're not going to sit here and count boxes and grids. Because on any kind of time testing, when it's just 2 times 2, fine, you can create the boxes and count them. But when it's 1,000 times 550, there's no way you're going to create enough grids and boxes before the clock runs out and the time is up and you fail. Yeah. So we show them what's required. We have the option to do that and then to omit any content that we don't want. And that's what we do with Common Core.
Okay.
So we expose them because we think it's important for the children to know, to understand, if you see this is what other students may be doing, and this is why you're going to learn it this way. And they're like, whoo, and the students do not like Common Core. And I said, tell me, think of this. Oh my goodness, I don't even understand it. And this simple math problem, it makes perfect sense. And I'm saying, thank you. That's all we needed to know. So we expose them to it to show them why they won't learn it that way.
Okay, we got a good question here. It says, I noticed your academic calendar has some traditional holidays. What about the holy days?
That's a very good point and an area of contention, because so we follow the Fulton County School District calendar at this point, because within our own community, we understand that people celebrate the holy days at different times. I don't know too many groups that hold them on the same times. So what we do, if the parents, based on the days that their parents hold the holy days, we'll just give them a packet, their excuse for that period of time, and that's it. And so we follow the Fulton County School schedule, and that's the reason behind it. We just don't have a consistent schedule within our own community for us to try to observe the holy days with the whole school. So that's the reason behind. But it is an area of contention and something that we're praying on and thinking about. But right now, we just follow the local school district's calendar.
And that's something that me and Morris, and we're working on here at Spiritual Combat with a lot of these other Hebrew organizations. We're trying to work to come together on one feast day. So
that's good.
It's something. But the Most High gonna set that straight. You know?
Yes.
Okay. Let me continue checking. They are definitely asking a lot of good questions.
Oh, good.
Well, thank you. Your questions are welcome.
All right. Let's see. Food. Let me see. I think I got them all. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's all of them. And if y'all want to conclude it, you can.
I would just like to say thank you for your time. We are excited at Ahayah Academy. As we said before, the Most High is doing wonderful things. If you have any questions, please, again, email us at ahayahacademy.org. You can telephone us. We've given the phone number, but again, it's 888-459-5537. If we don't answer the phone, just please leave us a voicemail and we will get back with you shortly. But again, thank you for your time.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to say shalom to you all. I'm very grateful to be in this position, to be a blessing for our children, to be used by the Most High. And I thank all of you who are helping us along this journey, who will. And we just can keep us in prayer, please, that we continue to walk circumspectly before the Most High, do all that we must do for these children, and just to continue to be good stewards over everything He gives us. We truly just want to do what He would have us to do, and that we're just wise in how we operate. And so just keep us all in prayer, please.
All right. So with that said, that is the board of Ahayah Academy. As y'all can see, there's a lot going on with the school. Definitely support it. If you even think remotely that you might have something to contribute, contact them. I'm going to put the flyer up here again so y'all can see all the info, and I'll be posting it on Facebook here soon. Okay? But with that said, I appreciate y'all coming on the show and bringing out all this great information. A lot of big things happening in the Hebrew community, and it's an exciting time.
Yeah. And if I could just give a shout out to Sister Only Love. Hey, Sister Only Love.
Yes, Operation Joseph.
So with that said, shalom, ladies. I appreciate y'all coming on. And anytime something's going on, you know, I'm going to definitely bring y'all on, get the word out, information, dissemination. That's what Spiritual Combat does.
Yes.
So shalom to y'all, sisters.
Shalom. Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Okay. And for those of y'all still watching, I know some of y'all tuned in late. I'm going to play this, the little trailer that one of the sisters made, just talking about a lot of stuff we discussed on the show today. So I'll take y'all out with that.
Shalom.
All right, shalom, y'all.